Good evening, everybody. Once again, this is the UFC 141 post-fight recap with Senator Thunderheart. And tonight, well, first of all, I just want to tell everybody this. Happy New Year 2012, everybody. Just thought I'd let you know that right now. Since this is basically a new year here, and even though it's early, I just thought I'd say it anyway, since this is the only time I'll be able to say it to you guys. So, in any event, this event tonight was pretty good, even though I missed most of it because I was out and about getting other things done that I needed to get done that needed to be done in a timely manner. However, not to be disappointed, I had at least some good friends and even some people that had notes already that I was able to read off of and to find out what happened and stuff like that. So, but however, I was able to make it in time for the co-main event and the main event to see it for myself, and also some other fights that I've seen a little bit here and there after the event. So here we go. Now, Manny Gamburyan versus Diego Nunes, and the winner is Diego Nunes, unanimous decision. I mean, this was a back and forth battle. I mean, it went the distance, obviously. Within the first round, Diego Nunes just had him, in trouble because he was, first of all, he had his leverage. Since he was taller than Gamburyan, he had him with outside leg kicks so much. He kicked him so hard, so much that, of course, his leg had a red lump on it, and he was like giving him leg kicks, spinning side kicks, and different things like that. Had him in some trouble, and Gamburyan could not really find his rhythm, and couldn't even find a way to really take him down. And if he took him down, he didn't stay down very long. And so in that retrospect, what he would do is every time he would try to go to the clinch, they would clinch, and then what he would do is, as far as Nunes, he would throw Muay Thai knees on him while in the clinch, whether it was wrestling or Muay Thai, didn't matter. And then, of course, in the second round, of course, Nunes got in trouble when Manny Gamburyan was able to hit him with his right hand, just right to the face. He ended up having a couple of cuts, but it wasn't really that bad. It wasn't like he wasn't really in trouble. He was really bleeding profusely in that way. But in any event, of course, Manny Gamburyan had him in the ground and the pound for the second round for the most part. But at the same time, Nunes was able to really recover through his half guard when Gamburyan was trying to choke him out, but he couldn't really get that choking because of that half guard. So it's a good job on that. And then in the third round, it was the same thing as it was the first round. Diego Nunes had him, in trouble with so many kicks in the leg, outside leg, and inside, to a point where he accidentally even hit him in the groin. Didn't mean to do it. And so when it all boils down to it, though, Diego Nunes just did more than what he did, and even got him in trouble, got him wobbly, got him disoriented and everything else. So congratulations, Diego Nunes, on your unanimous decision victory. That was well deserved. And Efrain Escudero versus Jacob Volkmann, and the winner is Jacob Volkmann, unanimous decision. Dong Yun Kim versus Sean Pearson, and the winner is Dong Yun Kim, unanimous decision. I heard that was a pretty good one instead, indeed, actually. And Danny Castillo versus Anthony Njokuani, and the winner is Danny Castillo, unanimous decision. And Junior Assuncao versus Ross Pierson, and the winner is Ross Pierson, unanimous decision. And Nam Phan versus Jimy Hettes, and the winner is Jimy Hettes, unanimous decision. And I got a chance to actually see it after when Joe Rogan and Mike Goldberg were talking in regards to that match. I didn't even get to see it, but I got to see the results of what happened. And that is Vladimir Matyushenko versus Alexander Gastafsson. And the winner is Alexander Gastafsson. Sorry, I was thinking Alistair Overeem, so excuse me on that. So Alexander Gastafsson won by TKO. I mean, this didn't really take very long. It was in the first round in 2 minutes and 13 seconds, something like that. And it just basically, what happened was Alexander, sorry, I keep thinking Alistair Overeem. Alexander finally caught him, hit him, knocked him down, and then he finally went and started grounding and pounding him to such a degree that he, the referee stopped the fight. So it wasn't very long at all. And so now Alistair Alexander Gastafsson. Sorry, I just keep on messing it up with Alistair because I'm thinking of him so much about Alistair Overeem as of late with what was going on that it's mixed up. So I apologize for that. But Alexander Gastafsson, he is definitely moving up in the rankings, guys. I mean, he's really kicking ass. He's taking names, and he's moving on up. And and I'd definitely like to see him fight for a title at some point. Whether he wins it or not is not the point. The point is he is moving up. So let's see how he keeps going. And in the next bout, John Fitch versus Johnny Hendricks. And the winner is Johnny Hendricks via a knockout, a 12-second knockout on my ad. I mean, and yes, even though I missed that, the thing about it was, though, it was like I didn't miss it at all because then when Joe Rogan went to review that again in the fight, it was like I didn't miss it at all because that's how long it took. It was like a 12-second fight. When they both basically got started with the fight, it showed Johnny Hendricks threw a nice left, a hook left from the 45-degree angle, hit him right straight to the face. So John Fitch got knocked out silly, went down to the floor, and he went and actually hit him again. And that's when the referee just told us to stop the fight and had basically said enough. So 12 seconds knockout of John Fitch. I mean, if you really think about it, though, John Fitch has never really been stopped by too many people. The only person that actually stopped him was Georges St. Pierre, and even he barely even did it. Man, in fact, Georges St. Pierre actually beat him via decision, if I'm not mistaken. So what took Georges St. Pierre about 25 minutes, only took Johnny Hendricks 12 seconds to knock that guy out. I mean, he took him out. I mean, nobody else has really taken John Fitch out like that, like Johnny Hendricks has. So congratulations, Johnny Hendricks, on that awesome 12-second knockout victory. I mean, my goodness. I mean, this guy has got to be lined up for a title shot somewhere down the road with knockout power like that. I have to say that. So, in any event, let's move on with the co-main event, Nate Diaz versus Donald Cerrone. This was the one I was able to catch when I finally came in there. I finally was able to catch that fight. And the winner, of course, is Nate Diaz, unanimous decision. Now, a lot of people, of course, booed and because they thought that Donald Cerrone had it. But the way I saw it, though, even though Donald Cerrone was having him knocked down a lot during the third round, basically Nate Diaz had him outboxed, like mostly the first round. And in the top of that, too, from what I was told, that Nate Diaz suffered some kind of broken jaw or some kind of messed up jaw from Donald Cerrone in the first round. But Nate Diaz's boxing just kept overwhelming him in the first round. And then the second round, I was told I saw was pretty close. Donald Cerrone that finally came back stronger and stronger. But in the third round, that's when Donald Cerrone started putting on a stronger performance. But Nate Diaz just kept coming at him and kept taking it, even though it just kept getting knocked down. Yeah, it wasn't like a ground and pound. It was like a straight striking battle. It wasn't any, not too much grappling or anything like that. So, I mean, a lot of people may, think that Nate Diaz didn't deserve it. But the bottom line is he got what he got, and I really think it was a good decision on the judge's part on this one. So, Nate Diaz, congratulations on your awesome unanimous decision victory. And then I guess now, he'll be, from what I was told, from what I heard, now he should be lined up for a title shot after after being the next contender for the lightweight championship. So, we shall see. I definitely like to see him fight for a title in 2012. Along with Nick Diaz too, but of course Nick Diaz has to pass. Basically has to pass Carlos Condit in order to fight for the interim welterweight championship since Georges St. Pierre is injured at the moment, and so I wish him a speedy recovery on that too, Georges. So speedy recovery on that. And the main event of the evening, and that's when it was all. This is why I got all this tongue twisted and all the words messed up, because Brock Lesnar versus Alistair Overeem, and this was my dream fight. One of my dream fights that came true, so I really was happy about that. So that's why I had Alistair on the brain earlier from Alexander Gastafsson. So I'm sorry about that, Alexander Gastafsson, for that. So Alistair Overeem basically was the winner of this fight via TKO. I mean, didn't even take long at all. I mean, let's just basically, I knew, and I had a feeling that Alistair Overeem was going to win this one. But I felt that the only way that Brock Lesnar was going to win was he took him down, and if he got Alistair Overeem in trouble on the ground, I probably felt it was the only way. But if it was standing up, that's when I knew Alistair was going to win. I mean, come on, this guy is the K1 champion and MMA champion at the same time. I mean, this is not the kind of guy that you would think that is really going to be beaten up that easily. And I was right, because Alistair Overeem, when Brock Lesnar tried to throw some punches, Alistair just kept moving, bobbing and weaving and all this other stuff, just keep dodging punches. Alistair just took his time a little bit, didn't really get into too much of a hurry, even though he knew he had him a little bit, but he wanted to make sure he really did not rush and made a lot of mistakes. And so he finally was able to hit him. He threw some couple of good knees on him, and then Brock Lesnar tried to catch him and try to grab his leg, but he just moved out of the way, so he wasn't taken down. And then what happened was, of course, he kept on got closer, and he kept on throwing good knees at him, even throwing kicks to his stomach and things like that. But then what happened was that a nice hard kick to the stomach really got him hurt to a point where he went to the ground, and that's when Alistair Overeem just went in and just started pounding him and pounding him. Brock Lesnar, has a glass jaw. I mean, I hate to say it. I mean, he may probably not have a glass jaw in comparison to, I would say, an average person on the streets, but to a heavyweight like Alistair Overeem and many other great heavyweights that actually know how to really strike, Brock Lesnar has a glass jaw. I'm sorry to say that. He has a glass jaw, and so he just basically, boom, boom, Brock Lesnar just covered up. Alistair just kept on wailing on him, and he wasn't going to get tired. And he just gave him a nice, solid uppercut right in between the arms and hit him to a point where the referee says, okay, that's enough. Enough's enough, and awarded Alistair Overeem the TKO victory. So now, Dana White, I remember Dana White likes to criticize Alistair Overeem of not being the best heavyweight in the world. And yet you blew up Brock Lesnar, I remember, not too long ago, as the best heavyweight in the world. Dana, what do you have to say about that now? Is he not the best in the world anymore as far as Alistair now? I think he is now. Judging from the performance that he went against your very best guys, according to what you said, Dana, and then, he went and destroyed him. Flat destroyed him. Now, take credit with Brock Lesnar, though. I mean, he, as far as the tuberculosis is concerned, for what the disease that Brock Lesnar has suffered from, and yet still to be able to go back into the fight game and still did what he did was just remarkable. Even though he had 12 inches of his colon removed and during the surgery and everything, oh my goodness. So basically, from what he has said, if he didn't perform well tonight, this will be his last fight. So if that is your last fight, Brock Lesnar, despite the fact that I did not put you as the best in the world, at least you went in there and you became a champion. Even though it was for a short time, you became a champion and you did well for the conditions of your body that you were in. So, and if that is your last fight, then I would say thank you for what you've done. And I would even advise you not to even go into professional wrestling ever again either. Not just say it this way, because even though MMA is real, to say the least, professional wrestling, as far as physical contact and physicality, isn't any better. And to be honest with you, it may be staged and performed and stuff like that, but that doesn't mean that the physicality is any less dangerous than mixed martial arts. I mean, let's be honest. There's a lot of physical demands on the body too, when they do professional wrestling. So I would not. So Brock Lesnar should not get back into pro wrestling ever again. Not WWE. Maybe as a guest referee or something like that, or commentator or guest announcer like that. But he should not go back into professional wrestling. I think he is done. He should be done fighting in general, all in general. And it's Alistair Overeem. Well, now he's in line for a title shot for a heavyweight championship against Junior Dos Santos. So now we're really going to see the strikers going at it. And let's see who will be the best strikers in the world. I mean, Alistair Overeem has already proven to be the Strikeforce champion and also, of course, K1 champion. Now, when he beats Junior Dos Santos, if he does, he'll add UFC belt to the list of accomplishments. So overall, this has been a great night to begin the new year. Off to a great start already. And I just want to let everyone know that, it's been one of the coolest years here in 2011. And I just can't wait till 2012 to see how everything is going to come to play. So I'd like to thank you guys all for your support. And thanks for watching. And for the new year, have fun. Many blessings, but also be very safe and be very careful and just have fun responsibly. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm telling you guys. Have fun responsibly and just take care of yourselves and be happy. Healing. It is all that is.